Hey everyone, welcome to WittCode. In this video, I'm going to show you how to handle multiple React state updates, including what batching is, component re-rendering, and updater functions. So for example, we have lots of state here, and we're updating them all at once, and we'll talk about what's going on here. So when a state variable is changed, React will place the render in a queue as opposed to re-rendering the component right away. This is because React waits until all code has been ran before processing a state update. So as a demonstration, in this code here, some state is changed and also something is logged when a button is clicked. So when this button here is clicked, this setFav function is ran, which sets the state of 3 different things and then logs out a statement here. If we click this button, we can see all of these state variables have been changed, and we also still log hello there to the console. So hello there is logged right here. If I can zoom in one more. So what we can see is that React runs all the code in this setFav function before re-rendering the component. This is evident because even though this state was changed here, and then this one, and then this one, we still make it all the way to the end of this function and log out hello there. So this is logged out even though all the setState calls have been ran. And this action is known as batching. And batching is the process of grouping multiple state updates into a single render. In other words, batching ensures React processes state updates after all the code in an event handler has been ran. So this right here, this setFav function, is an event handler that's ran when this button is clicked. And what batching does is it speeds up React apps and avoids incomplete re-renders. But so now let's talk about batching the same state variable. So here we're working with 3 different state variables, but now let's focus on working with only one. And so the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to paste in some different code here. And now we just have one state variable, which is a count variable. And so batching the same state variable can be confusing for some developers because calling the same setState function multiple times in a row will not update the state multiple times. So for example, here we're setting count to be count plus 1, and we're doing this 3 times. So when we click this button, we would expect the answer to maybe be 3, or at least go up by 3, because we're adding 1 3 different times. But notice when we click it, it only goes up by 1. And this is because each render has a fixed state value. In other words, each time this component function is called, it will have the same state value throughout. So essentially, in our first render, the count has a value of 0. And so that's essentially setting count to be 0 plus 1 here, and then 0 plus 1 here, and then 0 plus 1. And then on the next render, because it's now 1, it'll be the same as doing 1 plus 1, and then 1 plus 1, and then 1 plus 1. So each time it's just essentially running the same function. However, we can update a state variable multiple times in one render by passing a function to the setState function. And this is known as an updater function. So what we've been doing here is just replacing the count state, but we can use an updater function like this to update it. So now when we click this, note how we get increments of 3 instead of just 1. So what updater functions do is they update the state value as opposed to replacing it. And this is because updater functions receive the current state value as an argument. So this is the function, this is the current state, we add 1 to it, then we get the current state again, we add 1 to it, and so on. But so this is my video on what React state is. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you. Besides that, thank you for liking and subscribing, and also downloading my Chrome extension called WittScepter, link in the description. Have a good one.